I've been living with two German Shepherds for about a month right now. Well, not really living with, more like I've been having two German Shepherds. I'll try to explain to you guys what I mean by that. If you're not familiar with me, I'll tell you who I am. I'm a human doctor who retired or resigned from his medical practice to focus and pay attention to my farming passion. Now, I do have another YouTube channel where I'm a bit more familiar over there. It has currently over 250,000 subscribers and it's called Farm Up with an A. And on that channel, I talk about everything to do with farming, everything I'm passionate with. You see, I started a poultry farm quite a while back with no history, no knowledge of poultry farming, but I learned and we've gotten really big at the moment. I feel like it's just the beginning, but we are still growing. And because of my work at Farm Up, I'm a very, very busy person. I've been very, very busy recently. Running a company requires lots of dedication and time. So because of that, I'm always moving. I'm always on the move, moving here, moving there, trying to make sure the sales are going well, trying to make sure the farm is running well. And so because of that, it simply means that I have very, very, very little time to spend at home where the dogs are. Now, I'd always been someone who had loved to have dogs. I always wanted to have dogs and it had been a passion for me. It had been an interest for me. And I always felt like the time hadn't yet reached for me to have the dogs. Currently, I feel like, well, I'm closer to that moment where I feel like it's the time. So about a month ago, I decided, come on, if I don't do this right now, I'll never do it. So I decided to get in dogs. I decided to build 3 kennels, okay? So we have a kennel here, number 1, kennel number 2, and kennel number 3 over here. The plan at that time was to get in 3 dogs, all of them German Shepherds. But I paid for them, I paid for the 3 dogs, but one of them unfortunately passed on from parvovirus, but the person who I had paid decided to compensate me, so there were 2 options. One of the options was the male shoreline German Shepherds, and the other option was 2 working line German Shepherds. So I decided to go with the working lines because I want to concentrate on working lines more. So when I brought in the German Shepherds, this is what happened. This kennel got occupied, and this kennel has the female working line that I got. This kennel has the female shoreline that I got, and this kennel is empty. It actually even still has wood, you know. You can see the stuff that we did for the carpentry. Okay, so let's just get the girls out. I have a leash right here, and I'm going to get them out one by one. Actually, let me run and get the second leash. Second leash is now available, so I can actually get out both dogs on the leash. Okay, shall start with Bella. Bella has lots of energy. I'll go to her second. Come on, Vinka. Come here. Good girl. All right, come on here. Come here, Bella. Oh, come here, Bella. Good girls. So you can see them right here. They don't have manners, especially they have just gotten out. Okay, so this is Bella. She's really big, and she's a shoreline German Shepherd, really big and beautiful. And this is Vinka. Now, of course, I can't talk with both of them around me. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for me to concentrate. Let's go, and I'll put one of them on a leash, and then I'll tell you guys about my experience in the last 1 month. So I'm going to leave Bella right here because she has more energy and she usually gets more excited. I'm going to leave her on a chain right here. Okay, and then I'll move on with Vinka. All right, Bella, you stay here. Okay, come on, Vinka, come on. So this is Vinka, and like I said, she's a working line German Shepherd. She's quite small compared to Bella, and she has a bit less energy, but she is meant and cut out to be tough. I think the reason she has less energy is simply because at the beginning, when I got her, I think she had self-esteem issues. She seemed to fear, like you would come to touch her and she starts peeing. Oh my God, I was like, what's happening? But then after some time, when I asked the breeder, he told me that he had sold Vinka to another person. But then after some time, he went back and found that Vinka was being mistreated. Vinka was not being given food. Vinka was being, screamed at and shouted at. So I believe she started associating human beings with bad things. So when I brought Vinka over here, she was quite timid. I understand that puppies can be quite timid sometimes, but she was way more timid than usual, than expected. So I kept wondering, what's wrong with this dog? What's happening? So I actually at some point kept thinking, I don't think I'll ever be able to breed this dog. But right now you can see that she responds to my leash pressure. Come here, Vinka. Come on, come on, come here, come here, come on. Yeah. So at the beginning, you could never get her to get up like that. Okay? Okay? Foot. Yeah. Yes. So at the beginning, you could never get Vinka to pay attention. I could never get her to look at me the way she's looking at me right now. You know? Hey, Vinka. Good girl. Yes, good girl. You know, getting her to look at my face, to look at me, it was so difficult. She was always looking down. She always seemed timid. She seemed uninterested in the environment. So I kept wondering, what am I going to be doing with this dog? I really hope I didn't get a bad dog or something like that. But you can see right now she interacts properly with me. She's much more interested, you know, and she's even playful. So training her is going to start to pick up. Like I've said, at the moment, it's been quite difficult for me because I'm not available. I don't have a lot of time that I spend at home. But the times that I'm around, almost every time that I'm around, I get to spend time with them, you know, play with her. And now she has developed lots of confidence. She's not scared of me. You can see that she's even interested in playing with me. This is a really good sign. Good dog. And at the beginning, everyone at home was scared of her, you know. And I believe it was because of her low self-esteem that she was barking at everyone. She was literally barking at everyone. Now, she doesn't take any commands. I can't tell her to sit and she sits. I can't tell her to, you know, get down and she gets down. But at least she can follow the food, you know. She can follow the food. And you can see that she's a bit more playful, okay? Let's try giving her some food. No. Okay? Yeah. Good. So you can see that she can sit down, and if I take the foot down, she will actually try to go to a down position. Yeah, of course in a playful way. You saw what she did. Yeah, she will go to a down position, but in a playful way. In the past, that was not possible, and she was always trying to pull the leash when you're walking with her. But now I can walk with her, and she will just follow me. You know, she won't step back. As you can see, she won't step back and she will walk with me. She won't be moving all around to the side. Of course, I had to use some tactics that I learned to train her to do that. Once in a while, of course, she will run away. But before, in the past, what would happen is that while I'm walking with her like this, she would either step back and I have to literally pull her on the leash, or if she comes, she seems very uninterested. She's not looking at you. But right now, she can look at me. Woo! It's a nice one. I'm really excited about Vinka. And this area where we are right now is where they spend most of their time. It's not small. It's actually quite big. I could say it's about maybe 20 meters in length. Yeah? And then maybe 18 in width. Then, of course, there's more space around the house. The thing about me is that I never take my dogs into the house. No, I don't. Of course, I know that that's quite controversial, and some people are wondering, why wouldn't you let your dogs get into the house? For me, no. The society I grew up in, we don't really allow big dogs into the house. Of course, I do have the smaller dog, Snowy. I haven't yet showed her on the channel because she's not available. When she gets back, I'll show her to you guys. She lives in the house. She stays in the house. She can get in anytime. But with the bigger dogs, no. I don't want to get into the chaos of having to, you know, deal with their fur and having to train them not to sit on the chairs and not to play with our food. No. So they literally just spend their time outside. And you can see this is where we give them food from. Yeah. These are saucepans. 1, 2, 3 saucepans. So this one usually carries food, this one carries food, and that one usually carries water. And you're probably wondering, what do you feed the dogs on? So currently, Vinka is 7 months, or a little bit more than 7 months. Bella is 1 year and 1 month old. So they are, I would say, adult dogs. Can I still call them puppies? I don't know. Maybe Vinka can still be called a puppy. She's 7 months old. But I feed them on one proper meal a day. And that's usually in the evenings at about 6, 7 p.m. It's a really proper meal. And what I do is that I buy chicken legs and heads, you know, the parts of the chicken that are usually not processed or for human consumption. So those I do buy. I usually keep them in a freezer, and then I give them that every day. And then in addition to that, of course, we add maize and soya. That provides the energy and more protein. The chicken legs provide most of the proteins, and then of course I give them bones, you know. Dog bones. They like to chew on the bones. Now, of course, there are studies I've read on the internet where people are complaining that you can't give dogs one meal a day. You should give them at least 2 meals a day. And while they are puppies, That's perfect. You know, while the puppies, they need maybe 4 or 5 meals a day, and then it keeps reducing. And most people recommend 2 meals a day. But there are studies that have proven that if you give your dogs 1 meal a day, you increase on their health and they get to live longer. They live longer, healthier lives. So it's simply about training and getting them used to that. So for me, that's what my dogs are used to at the moment. They have become a bit less messy because I've been giving them bones. You can see that we have, you know, these are bones. Yeah, these are bones. So I go and buy them, you know, bones, cow bones and things like that, and they usually do enjoy them. Of course, they litter them around the compound. You'll see the bones everywhere. There's another one over here. It's early in the morning, so all this hasn't been cleaned up. You can see my flowers. By the way, I love flowers. I love plants. These are real plants. Of course, the problem with having plants is that you have to look after them. These are real plants. And over here is Bella. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about Bella. Bella is a very lovely shoreline German Shepherd. She's quite big and heavy, so I never like her to play with me and, you know, jump on me because she literally will throw you down. But she's very, very lovely. And with her, the training has been a bit better. I'll actually show you a bit of what we've been doing. Like I've said, I don't spend too much time. I probably spend maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day for 3 days a week trying to train her. But with her, it's been a bit better. She responds better. Of course, she wants to play right now. But I'll show you that I think she can sit on my command, and we're still working on the going down. And then when we are walking her, I believe I can walk Bella off a leash. Yeah, I really do believe I can walk Bella off a leash. She will walk beside me and she will never leave my side. And I love that. I love that. She never leaves my side. I've been trying to train her on that. But I'll show you what she can do. You can see Bella. Of course, she's excited. Now she's all running around me. But right at the beginning, you know, she has noticed that she's on a leash. And now, come here, Bella. Okay. So she'll just keep walking all around me. She's very excited, and of course she's expecting food. But do you see how close she walks to me? She's wavering a little bit, but she smelled something. It's okay when she smells something, just let her exercise her nose and her sense of smell. Totally fine, you know. Vinka is going to really disturb me. I think I need to get Vinka and a gun, you know, put her on the leash. Come on, Vinka, come here, come here, come. Okay, come. All right, so I'll first take Vinka. It's difficult to demonstrate to dogs because they love to play. So I'll take Vinka and first leave her here. So now that Vinka is tucked away, we can easily see what Bella can do. So like I said, you can see she will walk around me. You know, it doesn't matter where I turn, she will turn with me. There's no pressure on the leash at all. She never pulls on the leash. Even when we do go outside, come on, Bella. Closer, yeah? I haven't trained her to heel at all. Heeling is apparently where you have the dog walk right by your side. I haven't trained her that. It's simply training her leash pressure and, you know, letting her know that while you're on the leash, you can't go very far away from me. And as I start walking, she will also pick up and start walking. And then when I turn the other side, you know, she'll also turn with me. Okay? Good girl. And she's expecting food. Okay, Bella, sit. You saw that? Free. So she has learned the free and she's learned the sit. She's learned that sit means sit down. Sit. Yes. Free. Oh yes. So she knows that free means that she's been released and she can get moving. And sit is, well, a sit. So you see, I told her to sit and she sat. Good girl. You deserve this. You really deserve this. So I've successfully trained Bella to sit. I do believe that. Of course, a few times she won't. Yes! And I've even taught her using the visual cue. You know, when I raise my hand, she knows that she's supposed to sit. And I'm like, free. Good girl. So I believe I'm training Bella well, you know. The thing that I know she hasn't learned properly is the down, yeah? So I'll tell her down and she won't go down. Sit. Yes. But when I tell her down, she won't go down until I give her the visual cue. And the visual cue is simply taking the foot down. I'll be like, down. Yeah. Free. Bella. Sit. Yes. Free. Good girl. Yeah. So you guys can see what we've done with Bella and Vinka. Okay. So Bella is, well, by the time she came in, she was certainly more confident. So she was easier trained. It was easier to train her. Yes. Fit. Yeah. Good girl. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Sit. Yes. Down. Sit. Good. So I can say with confidence that Bella understands what free means and she understands what sit means. The down will come later, and then of course I'll learn to teach her the rest of the things. The one thing that I really want to make sure that she understands is when I call her. I'm like, Bella, I want her to be able to come every time. Same thing with Vinka. Unfortunately, I haven't been successful with that. I want them to come every time I call them. But it's because I don't have the right tool to train them. I'm supposed to have a retractable leash, a leash that you can put on her and it can extend out 8 meters wide, and then you can pull it from a long distance. I haven't gotten that, but very soon I'll be having that. So like I told you guys, I'm planning on getting 2 other puppies. Those should be coming at the end of this month. And I've gotten a few things, to get ready for them. I have a few leashes, I think this is a puppy leash. I have 2 of them for the puppies, and then 2 for the bigger dogs. No, I think these are for actually puppies. No, these are for the bigger dogs, yeah, because they can extend out more. Ah, no, Bella, come on. I don't want to play. Okay. Yeah, so very nice leashes. Very nice collars. Was I calling them leashes? No, these are collars. I'm really sorry about them. And then I have leashes like these. These are really good leashes. They're not like this one. These you can put around the dog, and then they are very good for training the dogs. I'll put this around Bella. Okay. The advantage with these is that they have a very small surface area. They're not like this flat collar. These ones have a very small surface area, and the advantage is that they apply pressure on the dog, so they are easily or better used for training. The dog feels it a bit more. So when you pull her back, for example, she will feel the impact more, and then she's more likely to respond. So these ones are perfect for training. This is really perfect for training. This is good for comfort, but not very good for training, So I'm going to be using them for training, and then I'll show you something that I bought. You see, these are supposed to be dog buns. I bought them from a supermarket maybe 3 days back. Show them to you. They're supposed to be, something for them to chew on. So I bought them thinking that, hey, I can use these when I don't have bones, actual bones, and they will chew on them. My God, they broke them apart. Completely broke them apart. I was like, whoa. Anyway, so that has been my experience living with dogs, with 2 German Shepherds. And now I'm going to get in 2 more, so it's going to become 4. And then when I do have Snowy back, my Japanese Spins, then there will be 5 dogs living in this home. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell. That way you never miss out on an upload. Lots of love. Bye-bye.